There's a huge difference between repression and awakening. We don't need to repress conventional reality. We don't need to pretend like conventional, practical reality is not happening. Because it is. Look at right now. Check it out. I'm saying things and you are watching me say them. That's practically real. It's happening. Get over it. We it's dangerous to follow teachers that are always recommending repression and just being like, it's not real. Who is the one asking the question? Ugh. It's like cheap Zen. It's like cheap Buddha. There's deeper insight to be had. There is something else happening here than this superficial, you don't exist. You do exist. I was just reading the Vimalakirti Sutra in the bath. Vimalakirti is the perfect layperson. All the disciples, the main famous disciples of the Buddha, they're pretty much afraid of Vimalakirti. They don't want to go talk to him. He's sick and the Buddha wants someone to go see what's up. But everybody's trying to get out of it. Well, there's a piece in it that's really beautiful about the Bodhisattva that doesn't dwell in the unconditioned, doesn't always use sunyata as an excuse to repress. So I'm just going to read that for you. What is meant by saying that the Bodhisattva does not dwell in the unconditioned? It means that one studies and practices the teachings on emptiness, but does not take emptiness to be enlightenment. One studies and practices the teachings on non-form and non-action, but does not take non-form and non-action to be enlightenment. One studies and practices the teachings on non-arousal of causes, but does not take non-arousal to be enlightenment. One views things as impermanent, but does not neglect to cultivate the roots of goodness. One views the world as marked by suffering, but does not hate to be born and die in it. One sees that there is no permanent ego, but is tireless, is tireless in instructing others. One sees that there is such a thing as tranquil extinction, but does not dwell in extinction for long. One views the world as something to be cast off, withdrawn from, yet, with body and mind, one practices goodness. One sees there is no destination, yet one makes the good law, the good dharma, one's destination. One sees there is no birth, yet one takes on the form of birth in order to share the burdens of others. One sees that outflows of passions should be cut off, yet one does not cut them off. One sees that there is nothing to be practiced, yet one practices the Dharma in order to teach and convert living beings. One embraces the view of emptiness and nothingness, yet does not discard one's great compassion. That means you have to acknowledge what people say, their karma. You gotta listen to them. That's important. Avalokiteshvara is the one who listens. One embraces the view that the correct law, nirvana, can be attained, yet one does not follow lesser vehicle doctrines in this matter. I don't care. One embraces the view that all phenomena are void and false, lacking firmness, lacking personality, lacking a master, lacking form, yet while one's original vow remains unfulfilled, one does not regard merits, virtues, meditation, or wisdom as meaningless. When one practices these methods, one may be called a bodhisattva who does not dwell in the unconditioned. Here I am. And you might be one too. Who knows? I don't know. Probably. Something. Maybe.